lies down on Broadway. Early morning, Manhattan, ocean winds blow on the land. Movie palace is now undone. The all-night watchmen have had their fun, sleeping cheaply on a midnight show. It's the same old ending, time to go. Get out! It seems they cannot leave their dream. There's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the lamb lies down on Broadway. Nighttime flyers feel their pain. Drugstore take down the chain. Metal motion comes in burst, but the gas station can't quench that thirst. Suspension cracked on a main road. The truckers' eyes read overload. And out of the subway, Rail Imperial aerosol kid exits into daylight, spray gun hit, and the lamb lies down. The lamb seems right out of place, yet the Broadway street scene finds a focus in its face. Somehow its lying there brings a stillness to the air. Though man-made light, a night is very bright. There's no whitewash victim as the neons dim to the code of white. Rail Imperial aerosol kid, White he's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the lamb something solid forming in the air, and the wall of death is lowered in Times Square. No one seems to care, they carry on as if nothing was there. The wind is blowing harder now, blowing dust into my eyes. The dust settles on my skin, making a crust I cannot move in. And I'm hovering like a fly, waiting for the windshield on the freeway. Still walking in their shades. Lenny Bruce declares a truce and plays his other hand. Marshall McLuhan, Casual viewing, head buried in the sand. Sirens on the rooftops wailing, but there's no ship sailing. Groucho with his movies trailing stands alone with his punchline failing. Ku Klux Klan serve hot soul food, and the band plays in the mood. Cheerleader waves his cyanide wand. There's a smell of peach blossom and bitter almond. Kyle Chessman sniffs the air and leads the parade. He knows, innocent, you can bottle all you made. There's Howard Hughes in blue suede shoes, smiling at the majorette, smoking Winston cigarettes. And as the song and dance begins, The children play at home with needles and pins. Wrapped up in some powdered wool, I guess I'm losing touch. Don't tell me this is dying, 'cause I ain't changed that much. The only sound is water drops. I wonder where the hell I am. Some kind of jam. Cocoon, cocoon, have I come too soon for you? There's nothing I can't recognize. This is nowhere that I've known, with no sign of life at all. I guess that I'm alone. I feel so secure that I know this can't be real, but I feel good. Cocoon, cocoon, have I come too soon for you? I wonder if I'm prisoner, locked in some Brooklyn jail, or some sort of Jonah shut up inside the whale. No, I'm still real, and I'm stuck in some kind of cave. What could have saved me? Cocoon, cocoon, have I come too soon for you? Got sunshine in my stomach, like I just rocked my baby to sleep. I got sunshine in my stomach, but I can't keep me from creeping sleep deep in the my skin, white liquid, turn sour with it, turn fast, turn sour, turn sweat, turn sour. Must tell myself that I'm not here, I'm drowning in a liquid fear, bottled in a strong compression. My distortion shows obsession in the cage. Get me out of this cage. Self-control. my pain drops keep falling on my. Strap, hold it still, pin for kill. Chances not that I'll make it in the cushion straight jacket, just like 22nd Street. They got me by my neck and feet. Pressure's building, can't take more. My headache's charged, earaches raw. In this pain, get me out of this pain. The liquid, I could feel the cracks up in the rock. Although that I am solid and I am my own bad luck. Outside jump disappears and my cage dissolves. Without any reason, my body revolves. Keep on turning, 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 turning around, just spinning around. Round, 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 round. It's the last great adventure left to mankind. Screams a drooping lady, offering her dream dolls with less than extortionate prices. And as the notes and coins are taken out, I'm taken in to the factory floor for the grand parade of lifeless packaging all ready to use. The grand parade of lifeless packaging, I just need a fuse. Got people stopped in every shade, must be doing well with trade. Stamp addressed in out fatality that evens out their personality, but profit potential marked by a sign. I can recognize some of the production line. No bite at all in labor bondage, just wrinkled wrappers of human bandage. Grand parade of lifeless packaging all ready to use. The grand parade of lifeless packaging, I just hit a fuse. The hall runs like clockwork, their hands mark out the time, empty in their fullness like a I see faces and traces of home back in New York City. So you think I'm a tough kid? Is that what you heard? Yeah, well, I like to see some action. those numbers, give me guidance. Oh Lord, I need that now. The day of judgment's come, and you can bet that I've been resting for this testing, digesting every word the experts say. Erogenous souls, I love you. Without you, I wouldn't pull boy through. Found the girl I wanted today. Thought I better get it straight. When if I book before it's too late? Don't leave nothing to fade. I've studied every line, every page in the book, but now I've got the real thing here. I'm gonna take a look, take a look. I'm counting out time, hoping it goes like I planned it, cause I understand it. Look, I found the hot spots, figures 1 and 9. Still counting out time. I got my finger on the button. Don't say nothing, just lie there still, and I'll get you turned on just fine. Erogenous souls, I love you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? Touch and go with 1 and 6. Been in trouble in zone number 7. Can't remember all of my tricks. There's heaven ahead in number 11. Getting crucial responses, dilations of the pupils. Honey, get hip. It's time to unzip. To unzip, zip, 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 zip. Bloody nail when the book said I could not fill. I'm counting out time. I got unexpected distress from my mistress. Get my money back from the bookstore right away. Erogenous souls, I question you. Without you, what would the poor boy do? Without you, what would the poor boy do? Mankind hanging through the blue. There is lamb's wool under my naked feet. The wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. Imaginary creatures are trapped in birds on celluloid. The fleas cling to the golden fleece, hoping they'll find peace. Each thought and gesture are caught in celluloid. There's no hiding in memory for my second sight of people. They're more lifeblood than before. They're moving in time to a heavy wooden door, where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the poor. The carpet crawlers heed their callers. You gotta get in to get out. You gotta get in to get out. You gotta get in to get out. There's only one direction in the faces that I see. It's upward to the ceiling, where the chamber's said to be. Like a forest fight for sunlight, it takes root in every tree. They are pulled up by the magnet, believing they're free. The carpet crawlers heed their callers. You gotta get in to get out. You gotta get in to get out. You gotta get in to get out. My old man the stairs, there's hundreds of people running around to all the doors. They're trying to find themselves an audience, but their deductions need applause. The rich man stands in front of me, poor man behind my back. They believe they can control the game, but the juggler holds another pack. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I'd rather trust a countryman than a town man. You can judge by his eyes, take a look if you can. Smile through your guard. Survival drinks hard. I'd rather trust a man who works with his hands. He looks at you once, you know he understands. Don't need any shield when you're out in the field. But down here, I'm so alone with my fear, with everything that I hear and every single door that I walk through. Back here again. I've got to find my own way. The priest and the magician singing all the chants that they have ever heard, and they're all calling out my name. Even academics searching printed word. My father to the left of me, my mother to the right. Like everyone else, they're pointing, but nowhere feels quite right. And I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I'd rather trust a man who doesn't shout what he's found. There's no need to sell if you're homeward bound. If I choose a side, you won't take me for a ride. Back inside this chamber of so many doors, I've nowhere to hide. I'd give you all of my dreams if you'd help me find a door that doesn't lead me back again. Take me away. confusion. All the voices shouted out. I could only just hear a voice quite near saying, "Please help me through the crowd." Said if I helped her through, she could help me too. But I could see that she was wholly blind from a pale face and a pale skin. The moonlight shines, lily white Lilith. She gonna take you through the tunnel of night. Lily white Lilith. She gonna lead you right. When I led her through the people, the angry noise began to grow. She said, "Let me feel the way the breezes blow, and I'll show you where to go." So I followed her into a big brown cage. She said, "They're coming for you now, don't be afraid." And she sat me down on a cold stone throne. Lily white Lilith, she gonna take you through the tunnel of night. Lily white Lilith, she gonna lead you right. She leads me in my darkness. All the pumping's nearly over for my sweetheart. This is the one for me. Time to meet the chef. Oh boy, the running man is out of death. Feel cold and know it's getting hard to catch my breath. Back to ash. Now you've had your flash, boy. The rocks in time compress your blood to oil, your flesh to coal, enrich the soil. Not everybody's gold. Anyway, they say she comes on a pale horse, but I'm sure I hit a train. Oh boy, I don't even feel no pain. I guess I must be driving myself insane. Damn it all, does a plug a hole in heaven, or heaven plug a hole in earth? How wonderful to be so profound, when everything you are is dying underground. Exploded in space, different orbits for my bones. Not me, just quietly buried in stones. Keep the deadline open with my maker. See me stretch with God's elastic acre. The doorbell rings and it's good morning. Well, so sorry I had to wait. It won't be long. Yeah, she's very rarely late. Here comes supernatural needs statist. Snuff it, all he has to do is puff it. He's such a fine dancer. desire. Inside a long rosewater pool is shrouded by fine mist. Stepping in the moist silence with a warm breeze he's gently kissed. Thinking he is quite alone, he enters the room as if it were his own. But ripples on the sweet pink water reveal some company unthought of. Rail stands astonished, doubting his sight, struck by beauty, gripped in fright. 3 vermilion snakes of female face, the smallest motion filled with grace. Muted melodies fill the echoing hall, but there is no sign of warning in the siren's call. Rail, welcome, we are the land here of the pool. We have been waiting for our waters to bring you cool. Putting fear beside him, he trusts in beauty blind. He slips into the nectar, leaving his shredded clothes behind. With their tongues they test, taste and judge all that is mine. They move in a series of caresses that glide up and down my spine. As they nibble the fruit of my flesh, I feel no pain, only your magic that a name would stain. With the first drop of my blood in their veins, their faces are convulsed in mortal pains. The Pharaoh's cries, we all have loved you, Rail. Each empty snake-like body floats, silent sorrow in empty boats. A sickly sadness fills the room, a bitter harvest of the dying bloom. Looking for motion, I know I will not find. I stroke the curls now turning pale, in which I'd lain entwined. Oh, love you, your flesh that remains I will take as my food. It is the scent of God I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd, sluggy guardians on squeaky feet, continually pacing with nonchalant embracing, each artifice disgracing, and one facing, he moves to say hello. Skin's all covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across each chin. His twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome, say please join in. My grip must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
We like you have tasted love. What you say, for you yourself are just the same as what you see in me.
Me? Like you? Like that?
You better watch it, son. Your sentence has only just begun. Join your breath and John.
You'll be in the colony of Slipper Man. There's no who, why, what, or when. You get out if you got the bribe to see Dr. Diver, rip on Sniper, he'll rip off your windscreen wiper. John and I are able to face the doctor and his marble table. He said,
it's the end of your day.
don't delay, Dr. Dick. I watch his countdown time to tea. He places the number into a tube. It's the yellow plastic. Shoo-doo-doo. It's as though your figure's made to go. You'll be safe in our pickle. Suddenly a black cloud comes down from the sky. It's a supersized blackbird that sure can fly. light. He flies right down, gives me one hell of a fright. He take the tube right out of my hands. Man, I gotta find where that blackbird lands. So dear John, I got to run. I need you now, you're gonna come. He says to me, why can't you see? Where the raven flies, there's jeopardy. We'll be cured on the couch. Now you're sick with your grouch. I'll not risk my honey pouch, which my slouch will wear slung very low. He walks away and leaves me once again. Even though I never learn, I hope it showed you some concern. Some concern. Some concern. And the pace is hard, but I'm running so very hard with everything that I've got. He leads me down an underpass, going down roads he still flies very fast. Where the tunnel stops, catch sight of the tube just as it drops. I'm on top of the bank, too steep to climb. I see it hit the water just A window in the bank above his head reveals his home amidst the streets. Subway sounds, the sounds of complaint, the smell of acid on his grown-up paint as he carves out anger in a blood-red band. Destroyed tomorrow by an unknown hand. Oh, is this the way out from the endless sea, or just an entrance to another dream? And the light, 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 light dies down, 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 down on Broadway. But as the skylight beckons him to leave, he hears a scream from far below. Within the raging water lies the form of Brother John. He cries for help. The gate is fading now, but open wide. But John is drowning. I must decide between the freedom I had in the rat race, or to stay forever in this forsaken place. Hey, John! He makes for the river, and the gate is gone. Back to the void where it came from, and the light, 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 light dies down, down, down on Broadway. moving down the water. John is drifting out of sight. It's only at the turning point that you find out how you fight. In the cold, feel the cold all around. And the rush of crashing water surrounds me with its sound, striking out to reach you. I can't get through to the other side. When you're racing in the rapids, there's only one way, that's to ride. Taken down by the undertow. I'm spiraled down the riverbed. My fire is burning low, catching hold of a rock that's full. I'm waiting for John to be carried past. We hold together, and shoot the rapids fast. And when the waters slow down, the dark and the deep have no one left to keep. Hang on, John, we're out of this at last. Something's changed, that's not your face. It's mine, it's mine. It never stays in one place, but it's not a passing phase. It is in the singles bar, in the distance of the face. It is in between the cages. It is always in a space. It is here. It is now. Any rock can be made to roll if you've enough of it to pay the toll. It has no home in words of gold, not even in your favorite hole. It is hope for the dope when you ride a horse without a roof. It is shaken and stirred, cocktails on the roof. When you eat right through it, you see everything alive. It is inside, spirit with enough grit to survive. If you think that it's conscious you've been taken for a ride. Look across the mirror, sonny, before you choose.